What's up, my people? This is ShowBizz the Dope. All right, man, look. Terence Crawford and Mikey Garcia's beef. What's beef? Beef is when you make your enemy start the Jeep. Beef is when you roll no less than 30 deep. Beef is when I see you. Guaranteed to be in ICU. So, Terence Crawford and Mikey Garcia's beef. I've been letting this, boil over for a while. I didn't want to just spring right on it, but I think this is the perfect time. They got enough rebuttals, enough things going back and forth, and this is how I feel about it. I love it. I think it's great for boxing. Mikey Garcia called out Errol Spence. He chose to fight Errol Spence. Errol Spence is arguably the most dangerous welterweight in the game. Mikey Garcia, he challenged him. He's up for the task. And now they're already starting to cook up this beef between him and Terence Crawford for a possible, next bout for Mikey Garcia being Terence Crawford. The thing about that beef, though, is that beef is very old. Okay, so they met in the amateurs. Terence Crawford beat Mikey Garcia in the amateurs. According to Mikey Garcia, Terence Crawford jumped ahead of him in the first round by like 4 points or something like that. And then he ran for the rest of the fight and he won the amateur bout. So according to Mikey Garcia, he feels that the pros would be different, and that's why he lost to him in the amateur fight. Now, that is where the beef started. And according to Mikey Garcia, he chose to call out Errol Spence instead of Terence Crawford because he thinks that Terence Crawford is a runner. Now, and he was, and many people think that Mikey Garcia is actually afraid of Terence Crawford because, him being difficult and stuff like that. What I think is Mikey Garcia wanted a more fan-friendly fight in Errol Spence. In his perception, in his mind, how he feels, okay, is that him and Errol Spence would be more of a physical clash. It may be Errol Spence may possess a style that Mikey Garcia is more comfortable with as far as, his style, and Errol Spence, how that looks in the ring. He thinks that it may benefit him a bit. I think that's how he feels. He definitely feels that it's more of a fan-friendly fight. And, I'm not sure if I agree or not, but fighting Errol Spence or Terence Crawford or calling them out just shows the type of man that Mikey Garcia is. As far as Terence Crawford, he told Mikey Garcia, make sure you don't quit against Errol Spence like you did against Salido. If you know anything about that, Mikey Garcia, he dropped Salido a few times. He won that fight, but that fight was stopped. I know he got a broken nose or something like that due to Salido, headbutting him. But that's what Terence Crawford is referring to, saying to Mikey Garcia, make sure you don't quit against Errol Spence. Plus, Terence Crawford knows the type of fighter that Errol Spence is. Okay, so Terence Crawford, he's one tough cookie. He's a mean mamma jamma. He's a great fighter. And I really see him as someone of integrity, ranked number 1 or number 2 pound for pound. So you got 3 guys in a pound for pound list that may be clashing with each other very, very soon. So Mikey Garcia is like 4. I think Errol Spence is 10th. So they're fighting. And like I said to you guys, if Mikey Garcia loses that fight, he's a winner to me. And you got to understand, man, losing isn't everything. It's very little. Okay, it is the fight that is everything, not the win or the loss. It's the fight and the dog that is everything. Like I said, take Roberto Duran. Roberto Duran beat Sugar Ray Leonard the first time, lost against him the second time. He fought Hearns, got knocked out. He fought Hagler, dragged Hagler out. I mean, this is, what boxing is all about. And if Mikey Garcia can face Errol Spence, after facing Errol Spence, he can fight somebody like Terence Crawford. Win, lose, or draw, that is great for the fans and it's great for his legacy. Now, Mikey Garcia is saying that Terence Crawford has a weak resume. That right there, to me, is, you're kind of fishing to me. But these are his points. What Mikey Garcia is saying is that the Amir Khan fight, Amir Khan hasn't been a champion since 2011, 2012. This guy has been knocked out a few times. He's a big name, but he's not a real challenge. He said that the fight against Benavidez, Terence Crawford fighting him wasn't much of nothing. He said that he was never really a champion. He said he had a bum knee from getting shot in the knee. So he was like, you know, that wasn't really a challenge. So he's shooting shots at Terence Crawford's resume. So the beef is thick. The beef is thick, and I think that that's definitely a fight that they're building up. I think that's a great fight for the fans. I think Mikey Garcia is really proving to be one heck of a boxer, one heck of a challenger to try to call out Errol, Spence, and Terence Crawford. And if he were to you know, fight, win, lose, or draw, after fighting Errol Spence, he goes and fight Terence Crawford, I still think that's a huge kick in the teeth for any of those welterweight fighters who ain't even looking in the direction of Terence Crawford or looking in the direction of Errol Spence. I think Mikey Garcia is really embarrassing a lot of people in the welterweight division, just moving up and taking those challenges. So I'm pro Mikey Garcia, I'm pro Terence Crawford, I'm pro Errol Spence, any of those hungry guys who's ready to fight, and I'm definitely not against Sean Porter, because I know Sean Porter got the Ugas fight. People think Sean Porter ducked Errol Spence. I don't really see it that way. I see it as Al Heyman. He couldn't really do much. It was Al Heyman kind of, you know, leading this whole thing. You know, I think Al Heyman has a plan for Errol Spence to beat Mikey Garcia and fight Sean Porter and unify. That's what I think. You know, I think that he felt that the fight wasn't quite ready yet, but it made Sean Porter look like a ducker or a liar. But I think Sean Porter is one of those guys that I just don't see him as a cherry picker. But as far as Mikey Garcia, Terence Crawford, and Errol Spence, they're really, 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 in my opinion, looking like the guys who is leading this whole new era of boxing where the best fight the best, fighters fight each other, and willing to put that O up against a great challenge. No matter what, it's about the fight. It's not about preserving the O. And I'm loving Mikey Garcia for it. I'm loving Terence Crawford for it. And I love this beef. ShowBizz the dope. Comment below. Let me know what you think. I'm out. Huh.